Destroy all SCUDs in Area 2 before they attack Israel. Once all SCUD launchers have been destroyed, proceed to the extraction point and wait for helicopter pickup.
Hi everyone, it's Barnsey back with another episode of Conflict Desert Storm. We are now on mission 6, Scud Alley. Now this is just a continuation of the previous part. You can see everyone has got some slight battered and bruised body parts here, some couple injuries. But we still have tons of ammunition and plenty of explosives, the joys. We're going to put everyone up fire at will, no need to be stealthy in this mission. What we're going to do first is run up the top here and check out our objectives. Again, exact same objectives as the last mission, just to destroy the SCUDs. We don't need to destroy the tanks, but we're definitely going to do that anyway. Moving along here, we can see some tank stoppers, so that indicates that there's a tank nearby. And as you can see, it's a nasty one. It's the toughest sort of tank we'll fight in the game, but we'll get into that after we take out some infantry positions. Namely, this one right here. There we are. Second time's the charm. And there we are. First SCUD missile launcher. What we're going to do first here though is wipe out the infantry. Right here. I'm going to position Bradley and Jones right here because that tank right there can be a bit of a nuisance. But it's not in the line of sight of Bradley, so that is totally fine. And I'm going to position Foley just in the end here. Now Connors has his RPGs, and we're going to take a look at this tank. This is the first instance we have had of an enemy T-72. It is a tougher version of the T-62. As you can see, it's got a shorter turret, it's a lighter tan colour rather than the dark green, and it is all business. They have a large gun that the rockets will mess you up, and it also has a gunner on top. So what we're going to do is use Foley to take out the gunner. We're going to bang right there, take it out. It's going to look for us, but it's not going to see us. And we're going to use Foley and take out that SCUD launcher right there. Takes about a magazine again. We've got plenty of ammunition with Connors. He's got 10 spare magazines, so we'll just unload them with this SCUD launcher. Again, it took so many bullets. It took all 10 of Foley's, and it also took... That tank's looking right at us. It took all 10 of Foley's rounds in a magazine, as well as 3/4 of a magazine of Connors, but because we were at such long range. Okay, the tank's not looking at us anymore. I feel that this is a perfect opportunity, though, to show you the use of smoke grenades. So what we're going to do is we're going to position these guys here, so that Bradley and Connors and Jones can take out any infantry, speaking of which. There's plenty of infantry to deal with in this mission. I'm just going to have them crouch because Bradley couldn't get an angle on those guys. I'm going to set them up here. Everyone's still got the same infantry that they had in the last mission. And I'm going to use Foley, since he is the fastest character, to run over to this tank. I'll see if I can pop a decent smoke on it, because if you block the line of sight, then the tank's effectively useless. I have blocked the line of sight of the tank, and now it's time to just sprint towards it. And we have made it to the tank. Now, as you heard Foley say, oh, and he died, because there was an enemy behind him. So, whoa. So, we're going to do it a different way then. We're going to use the rocket launchers, since the tank's causing a bit more trouble than what it's worth. Again, just shoot the tank in the backside and it will blow up. I'll just keep Connors there, and I'll use Jones to heal up Foley. So as you can see, the profile of the tank's a lot smaller, so it is more difficult to get an aim onto the backside of its armour. It's really just that sort of long plate there. We will take a better look at it. but we'll heal up fully first. That's always the risk that you run, guys, when you try and do the C4 running strategy. You literally have to shoot this back bar of the tank to ensure that you pick up the kill with our rocket launcher. The T4, of course, it doesn't matter who plants it, it's always going to be a kill. Bradley really needs to heal up. There's now right here, we've picked up 2 anti-air weapons. He had a grenade in his hand. I saw him switch that grenade. Very deadly. Whenever someone swaps to a grenade, you really want to take them out as soon as possible. Now I'm going to take the whole team up to this emplacement up here. It's great to have a vantage point. Generally, when you're up high, you just have such a better time of killing the opposition. And now, same thing. There's another T-72 tank immediately after that first one, and this one can be much more of a nuisance to destroy with rockets. With C4. Now we're going to try and wipe him out as soon as possible because he's at a good angle. Oh, we didn't quite clip him, and I'm worried he might clip me. Now Jones has 2 RPGs there. Where's Foley? There's Foley. We'll go as Jones, and then we'll give those RPGs to Connors. It's always best to have Connors use the RPGs. I'll give him one of the anti-air missiles as well. The anti-air missiles work the exact same way as a grenade launcher does, except it's a bit more direct. There we go. We took him out. We took 2 rockets. That's okay though. We've got 1 spare, and if we really need to, we can use the C4 strategy or anti-tank mine strategy. Hopefully that takes that out. It does. Perfect. Great grenade. So that's covered off this section. I'll show you the sections on the map. We've covered off this entire top section here. And now you can go round to the left. You can go round to the left or the right. I generally like to go round to the right because it is a much more advantageous position. You're in a much higher ground. You get a better bead on the enemy, and it's just a lot safer. But down here, weapons table. It's not really needed too much. It's pretty much a weapon covering for each character. I'll pick up that AK for Foley. You really won't need it. He's got 11 spare magazines, so tons of ammunition. The only worry is the shortage of RPGs that we have, because there is 1 tank left, and it's another T-72. So they've definitely not given us a shortage of enemy armour to destroy. But we're going to go around to the right-hand side. It is the high ground. It's over Anakin. And thankfully, though, this other T-72 is much easier to hit than this one or that other one from the rear. Now, you might be wondering why we have those 2 anti-air missiles. It's because there's got to be some air to take out. And it happens just about as we get up to this hill. Enemy attack helicopter will come in, and we just want all guns blazing on it. It can be taken out by small arms fire. I can hear it coming just now. I kind of want the guys spaced out a bit, just in case it hits us with any ranged stuff. There you can see that just there. While it comes around the corner, we're just going to blow up this SCUD launcher. But yeah, have the guys spaced out so they don't all get killed by 1 explosion. And it should come around on this side, from the side of the sun. So I'll just have my rocket out here. As we can see, it's coming over here. And that's it taken down. So again, I'll give you a better look at this just now. It's called a Grail anti-aircraft missile, and it solely is that. It cannot work on tanks, so we might as well just use it on that, because it's effectively just a grenade. But it one-shots those helicopters, and they can be a bit of a nuisance. They're definitely distracting, which is their biggest feature. Now right here, we like to camp on this hill. We potentially play a game of King of the Hill, where we just camp on the hill. Loads of enemies, essentially infinite spawn. Now we can see that tank just there. It's not going to do too much to us as of yet. And it didn't blow up. That is a big shame. That is a terrific shame. That's okay. We can destroy it. This is just target practice for Connors. So pretty much that tank's going to come around this corner. I'll see if we have any other RPGs just to save the effort. We do not, but that's all good. And there we go, a bit more target practice for Foley. Connors is out of RPGs as well, yes, it was Bradley. And as you can see, the enemy tank goes right there. Its machine gunner has died, I believe. It's very slow just now. That's part of its taking damage. When the machine, when it takes damage and starts smoking, its movement speed is drastically reduced. Its movement speed drastically goes down, as Scott Steiner would say. Now the tank is going to go down to here. And we are going to harass it a little bit. We don't want it to run us over because it'll kill us. We do want it to stop, however. And not do that. Oh my god, shoot. Okay, that's fine. As long as we get to the C4 plant for Bradley first, we will be absolutely grand. That means that it is reloaded. We'll then crouch down with Bradley here. Oh, it was aiming at Jones, okay. And it just blew itself up. So, we dealt with that pretty effectively. We now need to essentially save Bradley because there's 5 guys that just came over that hill. And Bradley is just taking names, my god. And another one, Bradley's on fire. It shows you the quality of him as a rifleman. I will park the guys here. Parks and Rec. They're all on fire at will, so they should just take some names. If you want your guys to get lots of experience, this is a great way to set them at pretty much an infinite enemy spawn point and just to unload. I'll see if anyone's got any spare grenades. Foley does, so we can just chuck that. Okay, didn't quite get that one. See if Jones has one. Yeah, Jones has 2. I'll just throw it alongside so it's more likely to sit near it. Yeah, that should be good. Excellent. And that is the objective complete. Lots of enemies here. This is a big firefight. Yeah, Jones went down there. That's to be expected. I really should have healed him up a bit earlier. And we'll take up the team now. The enemies are going to stop spawning when I get close enough. Yeah, but you can see more of them are spawning there. They all spawn at the top there. Another one coming over there. Just stand up, pop him in the face, and we're golden. There is, by the way, another 2 RPGs here. So if I didn't want to do the C4 tactic, I could have just ran round when that tank was where it was when it died, picked up those RPGs and just shot it in the backside. There we go. There we go. Those should be the last 2 guys. And again, the enemies pretty much infinitely spawn from these tents. But we picked up a lot of kills in that mission, and thankfully we do not have to do this carry over again for at least for another while. So all the guys are going to be fully re-equipped with their own equipment again. But that is the end of the mission. No promotions for Bradley or Foley, but Connor's got quite a lot of action in that mission.
Skill increase. Medal awarded. Skill increase.
Fantastic. So as we can see there, Connors is now 4 stars with his anti-tank, so he is as good as possible with his rocket launchers against tanks. Essentially, since the toughest tank is a T-72, I've done playthroughs where when Connors is at his top level of anti-tank and he's using his Law 80, which he gets in later levels, just a higher quality version of the Law 66, you can one-shot T-72s from the front quite consistently. And then Jones got a skill increase, so his combat engineering is higher. That just means he's incredibly fast at planting his explosives. So more than likely next mission, or at least the next mission that Jones has the opportunity to destroy vehicles, I will give the detonator to Bradley, and use Jones as a person to plant explosives, so that he can smoke grenade a tank, and then plant the C4 or anti-tank mine, and then run away. Unfortunately, if you plant an anti-tank mine close as you would plant C4, it would immediately blow up the moment it's planted because it's too close to an enemy tank. But just looking there, a lot of bullets fired from the team, 386, 274, 301. Foley did not shoot many at all, but he was only using the sniper like a good guy. And 10 of those shots were against a SCUD launcher. So Foley didn't get too much action in that mission. But thanks again for watching, guys. I've been Barnsey, and see you in the next episode.